Hi, Roger with the Velco Weather Hazards Outlook. This is valid the rest of Saturday through next Friday, March the 20th. And we're looking at temperatures that are making a nice rise across Vermont here. We have a relatively warm weather system working on in. Precipitation has been generally in the form of rain, and this is spread now with a little bit of freezing rain into the Connecticut River Valley. I think this is going to be very short-lived. Some also mixed precipitation types, some ice pellets and whatnot. But temperatures are warming with a bit of a south flow, and expecting precipitation primarily to be liquid with some indications of some wet snow loading potential, but not a certainty, and some very highlands of the Northeast Kingdom. It looks like it's mainly going to be across portions of Essex as well as Orleans and potentially Northern Caledonia County. We'll be monitoring this, but this threat looks like it's mainly shifted to the north. And here's the Hardy Har Har model, the HRRR, and looking at primarily some scattered light rain showers moving on in. A little bit of that mixed with some snow, but really not a big deal here across Vermont as the primary area of precipitation that was the major concern has shifted well south, and plus temperature profiles, thermal profiles support generally liquid precipitation anyway. However, we're watching the sort of second part of the storm system. This is the upper level system, and it's going to be passing on through to the north of us. And as it does so, you can see that lifting mechanism with the darker blue colors. That remains primarily to the north of us. Again, mixed rain showers and snow showers. We'll be watching this here carefully. We'll show you the rest of them. And this is the European, so this is valid at 8 o'clock this morning on Saturday. You can see the heavier precipitation passing off to the south. And we kind of split the difference here with much lighter precipitation and really not a whole lot of issues is what it looks right now. But that mechanism does get into parts of northern Vermont and will provide us with a little bit of snow. We're looking at light to almost moderate snowfall, approaching 6 inches in some of the Northeast Kingdom highlands. Now this system then pulls away, it looks like on Saturday night, and high pressure builds in for a nice project weather day on Monday. Looks like probably some good sugaring conditions as temperatures are indicated to get above 40 degrees. And then we get into a frontal system that kind of pivots a little bit faster on its southern leg here. This system with jet stream energy combines, and it will bring us another shot of a little bit of wet snow and maybe even some rain shower activity, but it moves through relatively quickly. And then behind it, we have much colder air and also some gradient winds out of the northwest that'll start to build in. This will be valid again for Tuesday afternoon, and a couple Arctic fronts associated with that into the morning hours on Wednesday, even into the afternoon it looks like. And then high pressure begins to build into the region for better project weather as we get into the day on Thursday. And then on Friday, beyond that, we do have some pretty good weather, although this incoming trough here will spread precipitation that could catch up and work into Friday late in the day. A couple other things to look at before we delve a little bit into our wet snow loading issues for northern sections of the state. This is the 850 millibar temperature profiles and the 0-degree isotherm here. Roughly the determination between rain and snow to the north and rain to the south. This gets up way up into parts of western Canada, and that's a significant warm-up. But does it ever really get into Vermont? Well, it tries to. We cool on down for basically Monday, and then we warm up a little bit ahead of the next weather system. But you see here we have some much colder Arctic air, and this is going to be sliding south and east and reaching our region, unfortunately, for the mid to late part of this week. You can see that those lighter pinks or lighter purples, they do get into Vermont. This is valid for basically Wednesday morning. That's a Wednesday afternoon. It's a Thursday morning. So a couple of cold mornings ahead. Right now it looks like most of us stay below zero. There could be a couple isolated spots in northern Vermont that actually get below zero, it looks like, for this period. And then we start to moderate in temperature. And you can see, just taking a little bit further here into next weekend, there's another bout of colder air, but it looks like that passes off to the north. We'll be watching it very carefully. And then things warm up. So we're into later March, and as we approach the 24th, 25th, we're looking at a little bit of a warm-up here, and another strong weather system will be developing, and this can be problematic. But that's a problem beyond this period. Okay, this is total snowfall for this period using the 10-to-1 ratios here. You can see the European model here, and quickly to the GFS. And I think the GFS is actually more accurate here with the Northeast Kingdom, North Central Vermont seeing some Accumulating snowfall is above 2 inches, and you can see some of those darker purples there getting into the 6-inch realm. Again, this is the European model, and this is the GFS model. I'm going to go with the GFS model as it looks a little bit more accurate, as temperature profiles support basically rain across parts of southern Vermont, and most of the best lifting mechanisms really across areas to the north. This is the mediogram centered on the Vermont-Quebec area. And what we have here is temperatures that max out in the close to 32 degrees, a little bit of a dip here, and then you can see temperatures on Monday make it up to higher levels here. This is the GFS model. And then we have a period of very cold weather ahead. The GFS indicates there's going to be a lot of sort of nuisance flurries and whatnot, but the European model is not as bullish on the precipitation amounts here. But we are looking at some very cold air that's going to get in here. Now, high temperatures may only get into it looks like around the low teens indicated by the GFS model. Now let's check the European model here, and you can see a little bit of a difference. This is the European, again, 32 degrees over the weekend here into Sunday, where usually that's a problem for wet snow. That's why we're watching that. And then a cold night followed by a warm day on Monday with good sugaring conditions. And temperatures go down. We get some snow, that incoming system on Monday night and Tuesday. And then we see the max temperatures here in the teens, lows at night, not too far off zero. Again, this is for the Vermont-Quebec area, so Northeast Kingdom areas could see temperatures getting down near zero or a little bit below zero for basically, we're talking Wednesday into Thursday. And temperatures do make it back up, and we do moderate. In fact, looking at temperatures trying to make a run toward 40 degrees by the time we get into, looks like on Saturday. A quick look at 7-day snowfall, mainly the northern one-third of Vermont seeing snowfall, 5 inches, my location in Worcester. You can see most of the snow mainly associated with the higher elevations. And then looking at total snow depth, you can see 81 inches here atop Mount Mansfield that was as of Friday. And 34 inches in the standard mountain range area. That's at Wolcott, actually Walden, and still some pretty decent snowpack across a wide area of Vermont. 7-day accumulated total precipitation. You can see the storm track mostly offshore, but affecting Vermont, the East Coast, the southern parts of the U.S., including parts of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico. There's been a lot of thunderstorm activity recently across Mexico. And then also the Pacific Northwest is doing good, and a little bit of that does get into Northern California. Weighted temperature changes, not that great for us here in the Northeast. We're going to remain below normal in temperature. This is actually holding the snowpack down and not allowing for a lot of melt. But you can see pretty good warm-ups here across a wide area of the country. It's the northeast corner. Looks like parts of Texas and Mexico seeing cooler temperatures below normal. And roughly 3 days later, you can still see the warmer than normal temperatures across the west and into the northern plains, and near neutral temperatures across a wide area. So this area improves. Northeast, we're the last to see any kind of improvement. Don't count on it with that cold surge coming in for the middle to late part of this coming week. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.